There's 10 mystery Pokemon and you have 5 hints to guess each one. How many can you guess right? Let's begin. Who's that Pokemon? Hint number 1. This Pokemon has a typing change in Generation 6. Hint number 2. This Pokemon shares similarities with Drifloon and Quillfish. Hint number 3. 75% of this Pokemon's population is female. Hint number 4. None of this Pokemon's evolutionary lineup evolves through leveling up. Hint number 5. This Pokemon's appearance in the Super Smash Bros. Franchise is more similar to its shiny form. Did you guess the Pokemon?
It's Jigglypuff!
Who's that Pokemon? Hint number 1. This Pokemon's catch rate was increased from 3 to 45 in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Hint number 2. This Pokemon's Mega Evolution is tied for having the highest base stat of all Pokemon with a base stat of 780. Hint number 3. In the 2020 Pokemon of the Year poll, this Pokemon was voted number 1 among Generation 3 Pokemon and number 8 among all Pokemon. Hint number 4. This Pokemon's Mega Evolution is ranked as the tallest flying Pokemon. Hint number 5. This Pokemon must learn a certain move for it to Mega Evolve. Did you guess the Pokemon? It's Rayquaza. Can you guess the Pokemon? Hint number 1. This Pokemon is capable of learning a variety of powerful moves, including its signature move, Flamethrower, which it learns naturally as it levels up. Hint number 2. This Pokemon has made an appearance in the Pokemon TV show as one of Ash's companions. Hint number 3. This Pokemon is a dual type, being both a fire and flying type. Hint number 4. This Pokemon is one of the very few that are capable of Mega Evolving. Hint number 5. This Pokemon is the final evolution of a starter Pokemon. Did you guess the Pokemon?
It's Charizard!
And if you're looking to evolve your Pokemon collection, then look no further than PokestopShop.co. We sell all of your favorite Pokemon in a really cool collectible form. Our glowing crystal Pokeballs are made from the finest quality K9 glass. They glow different lights and are just an awesome decoration to show your love for Pokemon. There are several base options, so it fits into any room, and we have so many different Pokemon to choose from. And if your favorite Pokemon isn't on our store, you can always submit a custom request. There's a limited time summer sale going on right now, so go check out PokestopShop.co and catch your favorite Pokemon today. Who's that Pokemon? Hint number 1. This Pokemon was supposed to be Pikachu's counterpart in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu instead of Eevee. Hint number 2. In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, this Pokemon was programmed to learn Simple Beam through breeding, but no Pokemon in those games can learn Simple Beam, making the move unobtainable. Hint number 3. Ash's friend Misty caught this Pokemon after accidentally dropping a Pokeball. Hint number 4. This Pokemon suffers from chronic headaches and will often be seen holding its head. Hint number 5. Despite having psychic abilities, this Pokemon is actually a water type. Did you guess the Pokemon?
It's Psyduck! Psyduck!
Who's that Pokemon? Hint number 1. This Pokemon is commonly found in mountains and caves. Hint number 2. Unlike those that can be easily caught in the wild, this Pokemon cannot evolve by leveling up and needs to be holding an item to evolve. Hint number 3. This Pokemon is a dual type Pokemon, with one of those types being rock. Hint number 4. This Pokemon's name is related to a type of gemstone. Hint number 5. The gym leader and one of Ash's friends, Brock, has this Pokemon. Did you guess the Pokemon?
It's Onyx!
Can you guess the Pokemon? Hint number 1. This Pokemon is a mythical Pokemon. It's not a regular or legendary Pokemon, and this means it can't be caught normally in-game. Hint number 2. On top of not being able to catch this Pokemon normally in-game, this Pokemon actually can't be caught at all unless you perform a glitch in the game. Hint number 3. This Pokemon is a one-type Pokemon, and it's a psychic type Pokemon. Hint number 4. This Pokemon can learn every technical machine and hidden machine move, and can also learn every move from the move tutor. Hint number 5. This Pokemon has the shortest name alongside Muck. Did you guess the Pokemon?
It's Mew!
Who's that Pokemon? Hint number 1. This Pokemon's species is known as the legendary Pokemon, but don't be fooled, this Pokemon is not a legendary. Hint number 2. In the early stages of Pokemon Red and Blue, this Pokemon was known as Blaze. Hint number 3. This Pokemon is known for its high speed. It is said to be capable of running over 6,200 miles in a single day and night. Hint number 4. This Pokemon is a fire type, known for its powerful moves like Fire Blast and Extreme Speed. Hint number 5. It evolves from a cute, smaller form when exposed to a certain item, being the Fire Stone. Did you guess the Pokemon?
It's Arcanine!
Who's that Pokemon? Hint number 1. This Pokemon is closely related to the Pokemon Ninjas, but not in the way you think. Hint number 2. In the 2020 Pokemon poll, this Pokemon was voted the Pokemon of the Year. Hint number 3. This Pokemon has the highest speed stat of any starter Pokemon. Hint number 4. This Pokemon was added into Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U before making its official appearance in the Pokemon games. Hint number 5. This Pokemon carries the Battle Bond ability, allowing the Pokemon's base stats to increase. Did you guess the Pokemon?
It's Greninja! Greninja!
Can you guess the Pokemon? Hint number 1. Despite being a flying type, this Pokemon couldn't learn any flying type moves naturally for a long time. Hint number 2. This Pokemon is tied for being the most common Pokemon found amongst gym leaders, being used by 7 of them. Hint number 3. This Pokemon's shiny form is super easy to find as it is part of the main story in some Pokemon games. Hint number 4. A variation of this Pokemon is tied for the tallest dark type, not including Gigantamax. Hint number 5. In one episode of the Pokemon TV show, James abandons a Pokemon, but that was a big mistake as it evolves into this Pokemon and begins to attack him right after. Did you guess the Pokemon?
It's Gyarados!
How many did you get right? Let's see in the comments, and thanks so much for watching.